Hi, one of the questions that people ask a lot is about which plan I prefer. I've done Slimming World and I've done Weight Watchers. I've lost quite a lot of weight on both. Slimming World, I lost 7 stone 6, which is £104, and with Weight Watchers, I've lost 11 stone 4, which is £158. Um, when people ask me which plan I prefer, it depends which plan I'm on at the time. I like the plan that I'm on. That's basically what it is. It's entirely a personal choice. It's entirely based on what your lifestyle is, the way that you eat, and what you're looking for from the plan. So I'm a firm believer in whichever plan works for you at the time is the one that you need to be doing. And I know that's difficult, but it's about trial and error, really. I've managed to find all of the plans that I've done throughout my 4.5 years I've been doing this. And while I was doing that, I managed to find that as well, which is from work. So when people say that can't be you, trust me, that is me. I've started on Slimming World. I did that for 8 months altogether. I already had a book, but unfortunately it was 2000 from 2010. I started in 2015. So I followed this for a couple of weeks and then thought I'd better go and get the new book. So I went to get the new food optimizing book. I'm not a huge fan of Slimming World classes, plus the fact that I was over 30 stone at the time. There was no way I was going to be staying to class. So I got the books and I did it on my own. I did that for 8 months. I made a conscious decision in that time that I wasn't going to have any crisps, cake, biscuits, crisps. I totally cleared my house out. I didn't have anything in. I stuck to it religiously for 8 months and I lost a lot of weight. But by the January, everything was getting a little bit samey. My portion sizes were still pretty hefty. I was really struggling when I was out and about. I work in the community, so for me to grab something, if I'd already used my healthy extra, which I was for overnight oats, I'd then struggle when I went out and needed to grab something for lunch. So I'd end up with a pack of ham. So I decided at that point that I was going to join Weight Watchers. I joined online and classes, and Smart Points had just come out. So I went to get the book. I was given 56 points a day, I think, to start off with, plus 42 weeklies, and I thoroughly caned them all. I had a McDonald's breakfast the first week. I used all of my weeklies, all of my dailies. I have always done that. And for the first week, I lost about £7, I think. So, Slimming World taught me about habit and routine. Weight Watchers taught me about portions and good swaps, and for that I'm grateful to both plans. Followed Smart Points until they decided, Weight Watchers decided they were going to bring Flex in. I was really looking forward to the change. I was getting, again, everything was getting a little bit samey with Smart Points. I was down to 30 points a day. I was struggling. I was eating the same food. So I was really happy when they decided they were going to bring Flex out. The first couple of weeks, I followed it to the letter. In fact, it's the first time that I didn't actually use all of my dailies and all of my weeklies. For the first 2 weeks, I actually gained weight. I was really despondent and really disappointed. I have had various plateaus and various huge gains throughout my weight loss. And so, although I was really disappointed, it wasn't as much of a surprise as plateauing for 3 months at a time. But I decided after the second week to rethink what I was doing. I wasn't using my weeklies and dailies. I decided that I was going to use all of my weeklies, all of my dailies, and that week I lost £6 or £7 again, like I did in my first week with Weight Watchers. So obviously my body is used to using all of my weeklies, and because I wasn't doing that, I wasn't losing. I managed to get to goal 3 years to the week that I started. I can't believe that I managed to do it. And I got my gold membership, which has now changed to that one, but I prefer the gold one. My coach, Mel, who is unfortunately no longer coach anymore, is absolutely brilliant. Even though I didn't lose all of my weight with Weight Watchers, she made sure that I got all of my certificates and all of my magnets. She's an excellent coach, and she's fantastic. Thank you, Mel, for getting me to goal. We both cried. So when I got to goal in the end of April, I decided that I was going to join the gym. I'd got to goal, I needed something to help me maintain. But the problem was I then started to gain weight. I decided that maybe I needed to use my Fit Points. So on discussion with my coach and various other people, I thought, right, I'll use some Fit Points. That didn't go to plan at all. I ended up using all of my Fit Points and more. It led me to binge eating, basically. So I then decided that I needed to pull back on the exercise a little bit. I was going daily. I still went daily, and I was using the equipment, but I wasn't doing as much. So I pulled right back on the exercise, then lost the weight that I'd gained from starting to exercise. But I kind of then lost my way a little bit. I was getting really anxious around points. Throughout my journey, I've always weighed everything. Everything with points in, I've never guessed. I've always weighed it to the gram and put it in the app to the gram. So I was getting a little bit fixated around points. So in the August last year, got to go on in the April. By the August, I was craving milky drinks and porridge. I don't know why, it was August, but I decided that I was going to have a Costa coffee, and then I was going to have porridge when I got home, and some potatoes, which are free on No Count. So I did that. I did that for a day, which then turned into a week, which has now been over a year. Unfortunately, Weight Watchers stopped doing No Count last autumn. They stopped supporting that, but I've still continued to do it. I find I eat a lot healthier. As soon as I started doing No Count, I relaxed. I didn't realise how uptight I'd become around points. I've been doing it for an awful long time. So it was quite a relief to do No Count and to just totally relax, which is why I still do it. I still love doing it, and I'll still continue to do it. Even at the moment, the thought of pointing does make me a little bit anxious. I can do it, and I've got no problem doing it, but I just think, well, I can't have this and I can't have that, which is all the stuff that I'm still craving. If you need to know any more about No Count, check out Helen's website, lovingnocount.com. She explains it an awful lot better than I ever could. But it just, I can have all kinds of meat as long as it's lean and not have to point it. I can have crumpets and not have to point it. I can have baked beans. It's all things that I just find easy, and things that I can chuck in. I can do big portions, which I know I can still do with Flex. I can still make big portions of chili and things, but I much prefer chicken thigh to chicken breast, and I'm not prepared to point that. Milk, if I'm on Flex, I will not use milk, whereas with No Count, I can use it and I'm not worried about it. I can even, if I do need to lose weight on No Count, I can still lose weight on No Count. I can maintain on No Count. Obviously, I can't use the app properly, but what I do is I put quick add 23 points, and then anything that's pointed, that I know is pointed, I then put in the app, and then it comes out of my weekly. So I can still use the app, but obviously not to its full extent. But for me, No Count is still the way to go. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.